All things by immortal power, near and far, hiddenly to each other linked are, that thou canst not stir a flower without troubling of a star. These lines come from the English poet Francis Thompson. How true these words are when we look at the world we move in. To each other linked is a phrase that is more real than ever. With what the wonders that our generation has witnessed the past 2 decades, the rise of globalization, the advances in telecommunication, the advent of the internet, the least thing that we would want is to be disenfranchised, to be left behind, to be disconnected. Rothberg International School has been witness to the changing times, and for decades since its foundation in 1955, it has made its existence relevant in the world with this aspect of linking people and nations. And we bless that day when the paths of RIS and PBI converged, for we are now basking in this happy connection. We in our group are here in Jerusalem because of this possibility. And what can we say but that we are among the many, yet we are among the few. We are among the many because there have been many batches of biblical students that have taken this path and saw their own names become part of the history of the partnership between these two great institutions. There have possibly been hundreds, maybe Father Doan and Father Pino could tell us more about this, of these PBI students like us who have made this priceless sojourn and delved more deeply into the Hebrew language, into history, into archaeology. My own experience, among the many questions asked before checking in at the El Al Airlines in the airport at Rome, was this: why did they choose you to have this opportunity, and why not the others? And this made me think, this is a privilege. Yes, we are among the many, and yet we are among the few. This is a special experience that is not given to all. In common parlance, it is a gift. It is a blessing. And we are grateful for this. We would always go back reminiscing our semester in Jerusalem. And with such reminiscence later in life, what thoughts would fill our minds? Perhaps the passion with which Professor Hurwitz spoke of the words in late biblical Hebrew. Or maybe the different melodies that Mr. Barkol has taught us. Or maybe looking at buildings later, we will always remember the stone step structure from Professor Benami's classes. Or the Hebrew texts from classical poetry to rabbinic writing in Professor Baruch Dan's lectures. Or the intensive analysis of words, phrases, and sentences in Professor Maman's lessons. Or the welcome and cordiality of Iris, Timna, and Maya. Or the different places where Father Pino and Father Doan took us. Or perhaps even the Metsuyan that we heard from our teachers of modern Hebrew. And dear friends, indeed, this experience has been rich, and it has enriched us. Going back to Francis Thompson's poem, we read, all things by immortal power, near and far, hiddenly, to each other linked are. We are linked to each other, near and far, from no less than 10 countries. Jerusalem will always be linked to our beautiful experiences at the Hebrew University, because here we have been brought together, linked not just by cyberspace, but in time and place. It is our study of the Word as our link, the author of which is God Himself. And this divine author, the immortal power, has made this possible. In this morning's class with Professor Hurwitz, he was saying, all good things in this life come to an end. Yes, we sadly affirm that the past few months all passed by rapidly like the wind. The treasured days that we have enjoyed sitting in your classrooms, being counted among the numerous students of the Hebrew University, all these are about to come to an end. The daily bus trips, daily walks for some of us, to and fro from the university, the time during and in between the lessons will be sorely missed. Many times we appreciate the value of time only after it has gone. However, in occasions like this, we learn this value from masters like you. I wish to share what I once heard from the radio from a Filipino in the Philippines named Francis Kong. If you want to know the value of 1 year, ask a student who has failed in the final exams. If you want to know the value of 1 month, ask a mother who has just delivered a premature baby. If you want to know the value of 1 week, ask the editor of a weekly newspaper or magazine. If you want to know the value of 1 day, ask the father who has a large family to feed. If you want to know the value of 1 hour, ask 2 lovers who are waiting to meet. If you want to know the value of 1 minute, ask somebody who has missed the bus, the train, or the plane. If you want to know the value of 1 second, ask a person who has survived an accident. And wait, there's one more. If you want to know the value of 1 millisecond, ask the silver medalist in the Olympics. Dear friends, the value of our stay here in Jerusalem, in the PBI and the Hebrew University, is not quantity, but quality. It is the time that we spend looking at the sources of our future studies, the words, namor, the language that we would savor, the books, the stories, the places, the inscriptions written on stone, on tough animal skins, or on fragile paper. It is the time that we spend savoring words from masters like you. I would like to end by sharing with you some verses that I wrote just a while ago. Pardon me for its simplicity. It may as well pass for kindergarten Hebrew. And for the incongruences in grammar or syntax, well, it's poetry. Anachnu holhim lecharbe mechomot berehot dolim vektanim hamakom hazeh hu rach makom echad PIB Jerusalem hi rach ir achat ha-universitat shelanu hi rach universitat achat aval hamakom hazeh ha'ir hazot ha-universitat hazot ele miyuhadim Bashemesh, Bageshem, Basheleg, ele miyuhadim. En zman כמו הזמן שלנו פה, כמו הזמן בירושלים, אין זמן כמו הזמן עמכם. מכל הסטודנטים PBI של השנה הזאת, מריוש, פבלו, מטה, דבן, סימון, ז'אן, מיהאו, Alex, Rafael, Milan Dagesh, Malcolm, Our Lady Martina, and your humble servant, Joel. For all that has been, Toda. For all that will be, Ken. Good day to you all.